Are you there?
I am here, Brother Eric. Om Shanti. And hi, everyone. My name is Michelle. If you are a regular here, you may recognize me by now. I'm very happy to be here tonight. It's a good night tonight. It's very dark out, and it's going to be cold, and I'm going to like that because the contrast is just wonderful. You really feel. You can feel the acuity of the cold and the dark, and it's so wonderful to be with you tonight. It's such a warm place to look out and see how many of you have joined us. Tonight, it is December, and we are continuing with our insightful journey, our Thursday conversations, and the month is celebrating letting go. And we've had a number of exciting experiences these past Thursdays. We had a holiday celebration last week. Hopefully you got to see it. But tonight is no different. It is in the season of giving, which we should always be giving, but this is something that, you know, the world looks at, that holiday season. But we're going to talk tonight about be the gift. We're going to be the gift. So it's the season for gift giving, but the best gift of all is the gift of oneself. And I believe that's true. I know I don't need anything. I have everything, at least in the physical sense, I have everything. People giving of themselves, of their time, spending time with me, that is really the greatest gift that you can give to someone, especially time is such a valuable commodity, if you will. And tonight we have a special guest. If you are familiar with Peace Village, that is Sister Dorothy, who is of Peace Village. Well, not of Peace Village, but she lives in Peace Village. She's not of Peace Village, I'll be careful. But Sister Dorothy is very special. She has a very wide variety of skills, and that's in the field, coming from the field of education, she was an account executive in radio, in business, all the while pursuing spirituality and meditation for over 50 years. Wow, that's quite something. And you'll know that. You'll see that experience tonight. And she has landed, as she says, in the lap of God. How lucky you are. I like to think that too. And is the director of programming for Peace Village. So I'd love to know how Peace Village is now. It must be beautiful. Must be just simply beautiful. So with that, I turn it over to Sister Dorothy. Welcome, Sister Dorothy.
Thank you, Michelle. And thank you for such an illustrious introduction. And yes, well, it's very dark here at Peace Village, so I can't look outside, but we've had a lot of snow, and we just got done with a heap of snow, and we're under this huge mountain of snow, which will end with sleet and ice.
Okay.
So, but we'll stay really warm inside here.
That's right.
Inside here, right? And that's what counts. So yes, and so I'm so happy to be with all of you here tonight and to share some of my thoughts, and then maybe we could have a bit of a discussion at the end. So we'll just see. So, you know, so the title, you know, it is Be the Gift. And I was thinking that, you know, we express love in so many different ways. And it's all good. Sometimes we give gifts. Sometimes we do things for others. We have acts of love, acts of goodness. We support others. And all this is good. And we should keep continuing to do that. But I was thinking about something that Mother Teresa said. She said that the foremost lack or poverty in the world is not food. No, it's not poverty, but it is a lack of love. This is what people crave mostly for. They crave for love. And so this is what we need to think about, our feelings of love, not just the thought of love, but the feelings of love. And it is the season for gifts. And it's so much fun, isn't it, to give gifts and to receive gifts? I was wondering, do you all think it's better to receive or to give gifts? I mean, it's fun both ways, isn't it? When you get a gift and you open it up and you're so surprised. Or if you give a gift and you put so much time and energy in selecting that gift and wrapping the gift, and then seeing the face of your best friend or your mate, your colleague, whoever, your child, your mother, and seeing the joy on their face brings a lot of joy to us as well, doesn't it? And so these are all these wonderful things we could do on the physical realm. But I want to talk more about an internal giving of love, an internal giving the gift or being the gift. You see, when we create a shift of energy within ourselves, we also create a shift of energy for everyone around us, all our loved ones, the people we may meet during the day, our friends, and even the whole world shifts, even slightly, everything will shift. And so I'm going to share some little things here with you. And I see we're okay. So be the gift. And as I was saying, it is the season of gift giving, the season of gifts. And it is so much fun, isn't it? Sometimes it's taxing as well, but we're going to really emphasize on how to be the gift. And I'm going to ask you all later on ways in which you think you could be the gift. And so it's not just putting yourself in this big, enormous box and offering yourself like that. That is not being the gift. And I think we all understand that. But I came up with 4 ways to be the gift for me. And I was thinking about this after I made this presentation, and there must be thousands of ways that one can be the gift. So start thinking as you watch this, what ways you think you may be the gift, because it's unlimited. And so the first point that I like very much is to listen more, not just with the ears, but with the heart of the soul. And so listening is an art. It is an absolute art. And it is also called an art of love, the way we listen. Authentic feelings are more impactful than all the words we can speak. The feelings, and I'm going to show us some stories about that later on. So authentic feelings. Yes, what we say makes a difference too, but not as much as the feelings that we emanate from the heart. And I think you probably can understand that sometimes you might meet someone in the mall and they say, Michelle, it's so good to see you. And they really mean that it's good to see you. But you kind of have a different feeling about that, that maybe they're not so joyful to see you. Or maybe they said, oh, I tried calling you so many times, and you're thinking, yeah, that's so, or not so. But so feelings and speaking with mercy, not just speaking words, but your words enveloped with mercy, with care, love, interest. What do I mean by interest? Interest in what the person is saying. Remember, you're listening. This is a gift to be a good listener and to go with the perspective that you're learning something about the person you're listening to, maybe learning some new information that you would have never thought about. And so when we do this, it's so sustaining and so healing. It's happening for the other person and for you. Why the other person? Because whenever we put a spotlight on someone, we give them our attention, they seem to shine, to glow. Everyone likes that attention. And why is it healing and sustaining for us? Because we're the ones who are giving. And when you give, you automatically receive. For example, if you have good feelings in your heart that you're doing some service and you're giving from the heart, you are experiencing those vibrations even before they are. And the vibrations of the heart sends out a huge electromagnetic field of energy that's much greater than just our thoughts, just our words. So when we feel something, now we know everything comes from the soul. Thoughts come from the soul. But I feel the heart is kind of like the petrol. You know, you go into your car and the engine is there, but there's no gasoline in the car, it's not going to go anywhere. But if you put high tests in there, you know, high octane, it'll just perform much better than sub standard gasoline. And so putting the feelings with the thoughts really magnifies the impact we have on our world, on our relationships, on everything, and mostly even on you. So vibrations from the heart sends out this huge, huge benefic place of just being. Thinking deeply now about our interactions with others, consciously developing an awareness of benefic attitude and benefic feelings, or feelings of benefit for others. So I really would like to talk about this because this is something very important, being able to go deep within this aspect of consciously developing an awareness of bringing benefit. You know, we have so many conversations in the day. We talk to lots of people. We talk about different things. But how often in those 60,000 thoughts that we generate in a day, how much of that are we really speaking from a point or an awareness of bringing benefit to the other person, liking the other person, caring for the other person, and just developing consciously this attitude of grand feelings for whoever is in your vicinity. Just having that really, really caring. I feel this is so very important. So we will go back here and see what we have next. Oh, that looks like some of you. That actually looks like Colin. Colin, I don't know how to pronounce your name. So hi there. We're going to talk about this guy, but okay, so it takes time to develop a natural attitude of care and benefit. It takes time to develop an attitude of natural care and benefit. And what do I mean by that? Well, there's two parts of us. there's the conscious part and the subconscious part back there. And subconscious part is just made up of bundles of our thoughts. But those bundles of our thoughts stay in our subconscious. They're always there. And they're always radiating this vibration of whatever is in the subconscious. And so I might see Mary Lou in the mall, and I say, "Hi, Mary Lou, it's so good to see you." And I really mean it when I say it. But also, there's been many times when I think, Mary Lou is always late, and that just drives me up a wall. Mary Lou always does this or that. And so all of these bundles of thoughts that I have for Mary Lou are stronger, more powerful, more impactful than the, "Hi, Mary Lou, it's so grand to see you." And both are good, but developing this really attitude of sharing, this attitude sharing from the subconscious, that's really going to bring benefit. So how do we do that? Well, we have to become hero actors in doing this. So it's much deeper, as I was saying, about the subconscious. We think about refining our subconscious, those bundles of thoughts we continually put in our subconscious. And so every time you catch yourselves thinking something that's not benefic, that's not benefit to someone, stop it. Yes, stop it. And just think, oh, but Mary Lou is so sweet most of the time, and she really means well. And so you're changing the vibration of this silent language. This is important now, this silent language. You see, we have this silent language. We have language that we know, we articulate with others, but this silent language of feelings and past feelings and everything that's in the subconscious, that's been in the subconscious. And actually, that's more powerful than the other, than the conscious. So we would like to think that we are going to be living, thinking, being in the now by the choices we make. So consider it a living meditation. And that's why in Raja Yoga, what we do is we meditate with our eyes open. And it's not hard to do. If I asked you all now, I mean, if some of you could put your cameras on, I just would love to see your bright faces. That's nice. More. Let's see more. Come on. Come on. Okay. I want you to think, those of you that have your cameras on, I'm going to be really eyeballing you. Okay. So let me get this thing off because I'm going to really eyeball you now. Okay. I'm really looking at you. I can change my view camera here. Okay. What I would like you to do right now is think of a time in your life that was so pleasurable. Maybe it was going to the beach, whatever it was. Just think about that for the next 15 seconds. That's all you get. So think hard and fast. Some of you have your pictures on. That's not fair. Okay, come back. What do you think I observed? What I observed was that most of you had your eyes open. You had your eyes open. And when we think deeply about something, many times we have our eyes open. When we want to think of a problem, we think like this, you know? We don't think with our eyes closed and go like that. And so that also is a meditation. Meditation happens throughout the day. Throughout the day, we're creating our personality, we're creating our subconscious. And so becomes really a living meditation. Okay. So you guys are the hero actors. Yes. If you choose to be the gift and to live super authentically, you become the hero actor, because you're living from a subtle place of being. And it sometimes seems like it's not apparent, but it is apparent and profound. How many of you want to be a hero actor? All of us want to be. That's why we like to go to the movies and watch the heroes on the screen, because it kind of puts us in that place of being. But you are the real hero actors. So, thinking deeply about our interactions with others and consciously developing this awareness as you're talking. How many conversations do you have in a day? But how many conversations, when you're having those, do you really think about sending really benefic feelings to the person you're with? Love from the heart, just grand feelings, right? As Michelle was saying in her intro, which I really like, that it's so dark out there, but it's so light in us. And so we have to keep that going. And every interaction that we have is an opportunity to drench ourselves in that positivity. Okay, test number 1. Are you all ready? I want you to look at the picture and tell me what's happening with those two people. Are they allowed to unmute themselves? Michelle? You're muted.
I'm muted. That's up to Brother Eric. Can they unmute? It varies. They may not be able to be.
Okay, it's not a problem.
You know,
I'd like to give them a chance to figure out what's happening.
In the chat, perhaps. If they could send it to you.
They could send it to you, not me.
Okay. And maybe they could send me a direct message.
Anyway, I'm gonna tell you what's happening here.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone want to put in the chat? Is there any chat available?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
So put in the chat what you think you see.
Did anyone answer?
Not yet. I think they're just looking. Oh, I see that.
Okay.
I like this slide because I've had this slide. I've been this slide.
Yes, we all have.
I have been this slide, but not as angry as him, but not as sweet and smiley inside. So
yeah, so he is like on the outside. Hi.
right. Hi, I'm so happy to see you. This is so great.
But she's really feeling
right.
The subconscious.
Exactly.
She's really feeling the subconscious. And we're going to prove this before the end of tonight.
That's great. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a good slide. Okay. I like a copy of that slide.
Okay.
I like that.
So we want, and also we would like to turn on our inner technology. Now we know IT is very powerful today, right? I mean, we have mobile phones, we have GPSs, we have Alexas, and all this technology right at our fingertips, right? It's amazing. Do you all think it's amazing? If you think it's amazing, just wave your hand or put your mechanical hand up. I'm always amazed at all of this, really. And I love technology. I just love it. So we're talking about, how did all this technology come about? Well, this technology came about only by our inner technology. It was all developed by human beings, by us. We developed that. So we're even greater than that. Alexa, isn't that right?
Sorry, I'm sure about that.
Okay, go to sleep. I love technology. I love using it. It's so much fun. But she does give me information, really tons of information when I need it. So back to our slides here. So to know the importance of our inner technology, we dismiss the power of our minds. We dismiss soul power. And we have to keep that in mind and also connect with supreme soul power, the one who has so much power, strength, spiritual power I'm talking about, strength and clarity. The supreme soul, or the one we might call God or Father, or whatever you want to call that one, whatever feels comfortable to you. And so our inner technology is our, number one, our soul power, but also the supreme power, the power we get from the source of all goodness. So make meditation a daily practice. Whoops, what happened to that? I lost it. Okay, you are accruing power, clarity, peace, serenity, and much more every time we make this practice. And it doesn't mean that you are at work and you have to stop doing what you're doing and just sit like a zombie. No, you're in conversation. Just remember who you are. You're the spiritual being inside. And you're looking at someone across from you who is a spiritual being inside. That is a meditation. Drops of meditation give us tremendous power. It becomes a living meditation. And vibrations from the heart sends out this larger magnetic field that I mentioned to you earlier. It's a huge difference. And so we begin to live in the awakened, or living awakened. You know, Nikola Tesla is one of my heroes. And he said that he thought we would be able to develop electricity from our minds. Of course, he was the one who developed AC current, alternating current, which is what we use in the United States. And I am sure we can do so much more with the power of our minds. And if we would only be aware of what our mind is thinking, what it's doing, and then impacting it with these, not only attention, but with feelings. So I'm going to show you something now of being the gift. And there's a few, here, there's going to be just a few examples. And so this couple has a child, 5-year-old boy, and he has cancer, rare cancer, and they asked for help from the public. They just wanted who can help with this, because they needed a match for his blood work. And so what happened with that? There was lots of gifts. Nearly 5,000 people heard the call to come and donate what they had to donate. I don't know if it was bone marrow or whatever it was, in all colors and sizes and cultures and language. And this really was a beautiful gift, a gift from the soul, a soul gift. And in 1969, when Black Americans were still prevented from swimming alongside whites, Mr. Rogers decided to invite Officer Clemens and join him in a cool foot bath. And this actually was well known, and it broke the well-known color barrier. This one act of love, this one act. I think I stopped this. I didn't mean to. Oops. Let's see if we can get back up here. Sorry about that. I'm a little rusty here. Okay, we're on board now. Oh, what happened to the rest of it? No. The best part is to still come. And I don't know why it's acting so temperamental. So just bear with me. Maybe because I tried to push it ahead. Look at all those souls that were just being the gift. Not something in a box, not wrapped up in a frilly package, just being themselves. They're still here. Okay, let's move it up a little bit. This story is a story that is a story for the whole century, they say. It's a photograph for the whole century. And the story here is that the lioness was walking across the hot desert, okay, with her cub. And the ground was so hot that the cub wasn't going to make it. The cub was probably die. And this elephant picked up the cub and took the cub across to a pool of water. And this one I love too. Oh, I don't know. I moved my mouse. I'm so sorry. I'm going to see if I can get caught up real quick. If not, I'll just tell you. Oh, there we go. And they call these creatures wild animals. I think we're more the wild animals. And this one is wonderful. This one is this man who in China bought a truckload of dogs that was going to be slaughtered for dog meat, or eat, maybe humans would eat the dog meat. But anyway, he paid $5,000 for the truckload of dogs. And look, they knew that he was their friend and saved them. And this one is this charity worker who was feeding this 2-year-old naked, ready to die little orphan in Nigeria. And what happened to that little soul? Well, she was adopted, and there he is. So I really think these are tremendous gifts of love. Don't you think so too? I'm sure you do. Okay, so we're going to go on. Actually, we want to go past this. Okay, the next slide is be the best, see the best in others. Give the best. Now, sometimes that may be hard to do, especially when someone's acting mean or cranky, right? Maybe you don't know any mean, cranky people, but sometimes people get in just a mean, cranky mood. They're not mean and cranky, but sometimes the mood changes like that. So what can we do in those situations? Here it is. Ignore anything else. We just have to reprogram ourselves instead of embellishing in people's weaknesses and telling other people about their weaknesses. It's seeing the best in others, giving them our best, ignoring anything else. You know what it's going to do? It's going to make you the best because you only see the best. And you can even make it up. Now, this story I like too. This is called the long spoon parable. And you can see what's happening. Over here, they're trying to feed themselves only. And the food is slopping all over the bodies, and the long spoon is too long and they can't feed themselves. But over here, they're feeding each other. And they're all happy. And they love feeding each other and they love being fed. So, where do you choose to be? Where do you choose to be? In hell or heaven? And I know you can't answer, but I know what you would answer. And I added this today because I just got this today and I sent it out to, I don't know how many people, but I really liked it. Let's see, where is there it is. Okay. And this shows us how even animals have feelings. Did you like that? I hope you did. But what it shows is that even animals not only have feelings, but animals can feel from others. And so we, as the human animal, can feel from others, and others can feel from us what's back there, what our feelings are, what our compassion is, what our care is. And so, because there was no language between these animals, it was the subtle, silent language of caring, of trust, of the subconscious, that each one of us are continually sending out. We never stop sending out these messages of kindness, of benefit, these messages that you belong to me and I belong to you. And so, just to end, be the gift. Be yourself. Be the best you can be. Give the best. Feel the best. And you can only give the best if you're feeling the best. And it's not that you have to say, oh, let me give good wishes. But if you're just in a good mood and you go to work and you have an abundance of happiness and wonderful feelings, people are going to feel that. And if you have love for them, they're going to feel that. If you have distrust for them, they're going to feel that. And so I don't know if you have any questions, but we do have time for that. And do we end with the meditation too, Michelle?
Yes, but not yet, but because there probably will be some questions. I have some comments that are coming to me a little bit. I have someone has written that he's not sure that there's a hell or heaven, but he believes we're in heaven now. So
Okay.
that's a good attitude, that he thinks,
That's very good, yeah.
that's good, that he reflects that
And it's
feeling
not,
that it's good for him.
it's not so much that they have to ask questions, but
Mhm.
just how do you feel tonight? How do
It's a
you
good
feel?
feeling.
And what was your experience? And, you know, what did you take? What did you take? Or you can ask a question. Or I'll ask you some questions.
I have a question, actually, Sis Dorothy. Is that okay?
Michelle, of course.
It's interesting that the timing of this, I always think all of these Thursday night conversations are for me alone, and just a couple other people join because they always speak to me. But interestingly enough, a friend, not a very close friend, had reached out to me recently and had asked me a question, and I didn't respond yet. And she was talking about, she kind of disturbed this term. She said that she believes there's this toxic positivity that, you know, her personality, she likes to express herself a lot. And she finds lately a lot of people, they don't tell their true feelings. They just go, oh, it'll be all right. You just have to be more positive, like judging her, that if you're more positive, and she feels that people are not, that this way of dealing with her is just like, oh, you'll be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Think, you know, just think positive. And she goes, why can't people listen to me and express my feelings? So my question to you is, and I think you've answered it. If someone comes to you with sadness, or they're complaining, that, you know, how much you don't want to absorb it, but you want to give them blessings and love. And I think you kind of spoke to it. I may have my answer tonight, that when you answer them with this positivity, is it heartfelt, or is it just to, like that gentleman who smiled that face, you know, like, oh yeah, just be positive, be happy. and she feels that it's almost disingenuous, that it's not genuine. So I think, is that fair to say that if you're really listening, you will give the right answer? And as you said, not necessarily it'll be in words, it's just the fact that you're listening and you're letting, you know, this person speak. because I was kind of taken aback. She was almost like, she thinks being anti-negative is not being real. That's how she put it.
Right. And I
And
can
I was
see
just
why she
taken
would say
aback.
that. Yeah.
Excuse me?
I can see why she would feel that way. But actually, if someone comes to me and they are in a challenging situation like she may have been in, I think the best medicine is just to listen. Listen with an open heart and giving just vibrations, vibrations of healing, vibrations of love, vibrations of mercy. You don't have to say anything. They're not there to hear you. If you gave them advice, they'd never listen to you.
Right.
And when you think about who you want to tell when you're in a bad mood or a challenging situation, it's not someone who's going to be so vocal, but someone who's just embracing you with this love that's healing. The feelings of love, the feelings of trust are much more healing and strengthening than any of the words I can say. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. But just looking at someone and going, I understand.
Mhm.
You know, being expressive from your inner being, not from your mouth.
Right, right. Less talk, more heart.
Yeah.
So I think that's how I'm going to talk to that. And then the last question, she said, how is she used the term, and I don't even like the term, the toxic positivity differ from optimism? Because I don't even think this is optimistic. I think this is just like the heart, although the heart itself is optimistic and always sees hope and always sees love. So I'm not even going to ask that question. I'll be able to handle
But
it.
I think, but it is, Michelle, it's a good question though, because people just don't know how to love. They don't know how to love.
I think that's what it is.
Love is a feeling. It's not words. Oh, I love you, or a box with a
That's
beautiful
how she feels, that they're just like saying it. They don't really mean
They
it.
don't, but they don't, because they
They don't
may
know
mean
how.
it, they may not mean it.
Right.
They
can't.
don't, souls don't know really how to express love. And I think meditation has taught me how to express love. Okay. I'll tell you another story, and it's very revealing, a little embarrassing, maybe to me. Maybe I won't tell you. No. So my father had done something that I felt was very awful to me. It had nothing to do with sexuality. Let's get that straight. But he did something that was not proper. Okay. And I could not forgive him for that. And it was at the time in my life when I had terminal cancer. And I read a little book that said, most cancers are created by hidden resentments. But I thought, well, but I don't have a hidden resentment. I just resent what he did. It wasn't hidden. But then I thought, okay, I don't want to die. And my diagnosis was that I was going to die. And so I thought, okay, I've got to get over this. I'm just going to send him love. And so I started with, okay, I'm going to send you love. Okay, there's love. And every day I'd sit there and go, love. Okay, I'm sending more love to you. And then the love started to become a love and love and love. And I think we have to train ourselves and teach ourselves how to truly love. And I have so much love for my dad, he's not here anymore, and mercy for him, because he just didn't know any better. And it just healed me, healed my heart, made me a better person, made me happier, because I don't want to have negative feelings or bad feelings about any soul in this world, no matter what. no matter what. Ignore it. Because you know why? We're worth it. We're
Thank you
more
for
worth it.
sharing. Thank you for sharing that. I think that's very important, what you just said. So I really appreciate that. It's true. It's true. True. I think sometimes the actions preempt the feelings, but if you act it enough, it eventually, as you said, it's a practice, it becomes part of you. I can say for that for myself too. I've often said it on Thursday nights that I used to consider myself kind of jerky. I couldn't compliment people. And then I said, okay, I'm going to practice complimenting people, like, oh, you look nice. Oh, that's a nice dress. Oh, your hair, I couldn't bring, and then I started doing it. And now I can't help it. It's like such second nature. I can't remember. I remember I was like that, but it's not part of who I just did it over and over and over, complimenting people. Then after a while, it became, I meant it. I just, so I think, the actions and doing the repetitive action did something happened, that neural synapse worked, and now I
It's
feel
the
it.
bundle of thoughts that creates
Yes.
the subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
And it becomes, the subconscious comes back into the mind in
Right,
a natural
right,
way. It's
right.
just a big circle.
Right. And it's genuine. When I compliment people, I really do feel that way. So I feel the same way. So thank you for that. Are there any questions in there? We're going to have to wind down soon. This has been a very robust hour because we're going to have to do the meditation soon, but I don't know if there's any other comments or questions in the chat. Anyone would like to share anything? I know we have some regulars in the audience, so it's very nice to see everybody here, even if I don't see you. I know you're there. So that's very, very nice. But I don't think so. I think you've kind of covered it. People are churning, I guess. I hope your meditation ties into this because it was lovely, really lovely. So if there's nothing else, I guess, let me see, anything else? I'm not sure. Let me just look if there's any Q&A. Let's see. No, I don't see any Q&A. I'm sorry if I took up too much time with the questions. Nope, I don't see any questions. So is it possible that you can do a meditation with us?
Yes, I would
Thank
love
you.
to.
Thank you. Everyone's still here.
Okay.
It's great. Your eyes open.
Yes, eyes open. Heart open too. So let's move into ourselves, into our still point, becoming introverted. To become introverted doesn't really just mean to hide away, not socialize, but it's seeing yourself from your real self, your inner self, your introverted self, the self behind the eyes, behind the face. You, the soul, are a still point of consciousness. And as you think about yourself being this inner technology with tremendous power, the hero within, we never say the hero without, we say the hero within us. And to tap the real hero within, to tap those nurturing vibrations where all of that comes from. It doesn't come from the eyes, the ears, not even the brain. It comes from feelings. Feelings within the soul. Pure feelings for everyone. And as we do this, our heart resonates with such nurturing vibrations. When the heart feels calm, gentle, bringing benefit to all, those good feelings in the heart, and I'm talking about the physical heart. We use the physical heart to do this. And then the blood pumps through the whole body. And those beautiful feelings nourish every organ, every muscle, every cell, your face, your eyes. What you generate from your heart envelops the whole body that you're in. And all of those good feelings come from you, the soul. The gasoline for it is the heart. And you make a shift in your own consciousness, a shift in your own vibration, and all the people that you come to meet within a day. And it's very contagious because from your family, it goes to schools, to workplaces, to roads, to the grocery store. We're all vibrating. And just as we saw those animals that understood that the vibrations that was meeting them were safe, were pure. My feeling is I want to be just like that. To be able to send a vibration out that everyone feels they belong. This is how I want to be the gift for this season, for every season, for every day of my life. I am peace. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti is right. It was beautiful, and that was a gift. I think we got a gift tonight of peace and of love. And I agree with you. The heart is the one organ that the more you give, the bigger it gets. You don't, when you cut off a piece of the heart and give it to someone, it doesn't get smaller, it actually gets bigger. So I agree. It was really wonderful. Thank you. On a personal note too, when I approach my friend, I have a lot of good vibrations to give her. I'm going to say less and give her my feelings.
Just embrace her with it.
Right.
And
Where is
she'll
that
hug
question?
you. I bet
Yes.
she'll hug you.
I bet so. I love that. So thank you. Am I right? Thank you, Sister Dorothy. Very, very lovely, lovely evening. And we continue. By the way, happy holidays to everyone. This week is the holiday week for many. So happy holidays. And we will be back next week, the last week. This will be the last session. I can't believe it, for December 2022. And you're not going to want to miss that. It's Sister Anjani from the Global Harmony House. And the topic is, being in the present. So that's something that we can do as we move into the new year. How do we stay in the present and not think too far in the future with all our resolutions that we're planning? Let's just be in the present. So thank you so much. And thank you, Sister Dorothy. And thank you, Brother Eric. And thank you all for joining us again for another wonderful Thursday Insightful Conversations. Good night,
Indeed.
everyone.
Indeed. Thank you, Michelle. And thank you very much, Sister Dorothy. We hope you enjoy your snow and have a big heart, and we'll enjoy every moment because we've enjoyed every moment with you. So thank you, everyone, for insight. See you next week. Open your heart, friends with the animals. Om Shanti.
Shanti, everyone. Good night.
Good night.